Hi, everyone. Today you will listen to the true story of the Titanic. This listening practice will help you improve your English while learning about a fascinating event from the past. Relax, listen carefully, and follow the story. In 1912, the Titanic was built in Belfast, Ireland. It was the largest ship in the world at that time, and many people called it the Ship of Dreams. The Titanic was a luxury ocean liner with the most modern technology available. It had restaurants, dining halls, smoking rooms, a swimming pool, and even a gym. People believed it was unsinkable. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic left Southampton, England, on its first voyage. The ship was sailing to New York City in the United States. On board were more than 2,200 people. There were rich passengers in first class, families in second class, and many immigrants in third class. There were also more than 800 crew members. Life on the Titanic was very different depending on which class you traveled in. In first class, passengers lived in luxury. They enjoyed fine dining with several courses, including oysters, roast duck, lamb, and French desserts. There was a grand staircase decorated with wood and glass, where wealthy families would walk each evening. People relaxed in lounges, smoked expensive cigars, and listened to live music from the orchestra. In second class, life was simpler, but still comfortable. Passengers had clean cabins, decent meals, and access to a library and promenades for walking on deck. Many teachers, businessmen, and families traveled in second class. In third class, the situation was very different. Most of the people in the third class were immigrants traveling to America in search of a better life. They shared small, crowded cabins, sometimes with entire families in one room. Food was simple, like bread, potatoes, soup, and porridge. But even in third class, the Titanic offered better conditions than many other ships at the time. The Titanic stopped first in Cherbourg, France, and then in Queenstown, Ireland, before heading into the Atlantic Ocean. At first, the journey was calm and pleasant. Passengers enjoyed meals, music, and walks on the deck. The weather was good and the sea was smooth, but the Titanic was traveling into an area where many icebergs were floating. The ship received several warnings about ice from other ships nearby. These warnings were sent by telegraph. However, the Titanic continued at high speed. The captain, Edward Smith, was very experienced. He did not believe the icebergs were a serious danger. The crew expected to see any icebergs in time to change direction. On April 14, the weather was cold and clear. There was no moonlight and the sea was very calm. This made it difficult to see icebergs. At 11:40 at night, a lookout spotted a large iceberg directly in front of the Titanic. He rang the warning bell, and the ship turned to avoid the iceberg. But it was too late. The iceberg scraped along the side of the ship. The metal plates of the hull broke open, and water began to flood the lower compartments. The Titanic was built with watertight sections, but the damage spread across too many of them. The ship could not stay afloat. At first, many passengers did not understand the danger. The ship seemed too strong and too large to sink. The band continued to play music in the lounge, and some people even kept drinking and talking. But as the bow of the ship went deeper into the water, the situation became clear. The crew began to lower lifeboats. Sadly, there were not enough lifeboats for everyone on board. The Titanic carried only 20 lifeboats, enough for about half of the passengers. Many boats also left half empty, because people believed the ship would not really sink. The order was given, women and children first. Men were asked to stay behind while women and children entered the boats. Some brave men gave up their seats so that others could survive. Among the passengers were famous people, like John Jacob Astor, one of the richest men in the world who died that night. There were also inspiring stories, like that of the musicians who kept playing music until the very end, trying to keep people calm. By around 2 o'clock in the morning, the stern of the ship lifted high into the air. At 2:20 a.m., the Titanic broke apart and sank completely beneath the sea. More than 1,500 people were lost in the freezing water. Only about 700 survived. They were rescued by another ship, the Carpathia, which arrived a few hours later. The survivors were cold, tired, and shocked. When they reached New York, the whole world learned of the disaster. After the sinking, new safety rules were created. Ships were required to carry enough lifeboats for everyone. Radio operators had to be on duty 24 hours a day. The Titanic taught the world an important lesson about pride and safety. In 1985, the wreck of the Titanic was discovered at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Today, museums display objects from the ship, and people all over the world still tell its story. The Titanic is remembered not only as a ship, but as a symbol of human dreams and human mistakes. The Titanic is remembered not only for the ship itself, but also for the people on board. Every passenger had a story, a reason for traveling, and dreams for the future. There was Margaret Molly Brown, later called the unsinkable Molly Brown. She was a wealthy American woman who became famous for helping others during the disaster. She encouraged frightened passengers, gave her own seat to another person, and even tried to convince the crew of her lifeboat to go back and rescue more people. There was also Thomas Andrews, the ship's chief designer. When the iceberg struck, he did everything possible to save others. He told passengers to wear life jackets, helped women and children into lifeboats, and was last seen in the first-class smoking room, calmly waiting for the end. We must also remember the crew. The engineers and firemen kept working in the lower decks, trying to keep the lights on and the pumps running. Without them, the Titanic would have sunk much faster. Most of them did not survive, but their actions saved many lives. And there were hundreds of immigrants in third class. They came from Ireland, Italy, Sweden, and many other countries. For them, the Titanic was not a luxury, but a hope for a better life in America. Many of their names are forgotten, but their courage is part of the Titanic's legacy. When the news of the Titanic disaster reached the world, people were shocked. Newspapers printed large headlines, "Titanic sinks." In London, New York, and Paris, crowds gathered outside newspaper offices, waiting for updates. At first, some reports were confusing. Some said that everyone had been rescued. Others said the Titanic was being towed to port. But soon the terrible truth was revealed. More than 1,500 people were dead. The public was outraged. How could the unsinkable ship sink on its very first voyage? Why were there not enough lifeboats? Why were warnings of ice ignored? Governments held investigations in both the United States and Britain. Survivors gave testimony. Shipbuilders, sailors, and officials answered hard questions. The inquiries led to major changes in maritime law. For many families, the Titanic was a personal tragedy. Wives lost husbands, parents lost children, and entire communities lost neighbors. In Ireland and England, small towns mourned dozens of young men who had worked as crew. In Sweden, Italy, and other countries, villages waited for relatives who never returned. Over time, the Titanic became more than a disaster. It became a symbol. It represented human ambition, human mistakes, and human bravery. Writers and poets told the story. Songs were written about the sinking. Museums displayed artifacts from the wreck. Schools taught children about the Titanic as a warning about pride and overconfidence. In 1958, a famous film called A Night to Remember showed the story of the ship. Later, in 1997, the movie Titanic by James Cameron brought the story to a new generation. It became one of the most successful films of all time, watched by millions around the world. Today, Titanic exhibitions travel to many countries. People look at recovered objects, dishes, jewelry, letters, shoes, and feel connected to the lives of the passengers. Tourists visit Belfast, where the ship was built, and stand in the dry dock where the Titanic once rested. The Titanic has become part of our global memory. It is a reminder of how fragile life can be and how important it is to respect nature. The story of the Titanic is more than a history lesson. It is a reminder that even the greatest creations can fail. It teaches us to respect nature, to prepare for danger, and to stay humble. Thank you for listening. Keep practicing your English and keep learning from history.